Hello again, everyone. I'm Dr. George Simon, and welcome to another edition of Character Matters, the program where we talk about what I consider to be the defining issue of our time, the character crisis that we have faced for several decades now, and that affects every single aspect of our lives. We human beings are inherently imperfect creatures, and we've always had our character-related challenges. Character is that moral side of our personality, that part of us that reflects our commitment to certain ethics, certain standards of conduct, reflects our values, the things that are really important to us, and where our hearts are with respect to embracing critical values that can help make us all the best that we can be as human beings. But for decades now, a negative vicious cycle has been churning in which the mechanisms and structures that once helped us forge and preserve decent character have steadily eroded. And as more and more character impaired individuals entered our society, populated our society, the structures and environmental factors that help us forge good character eroded even further, creating an endless, vicious cycle, resulting in a reality where all manner of behavior, all manner of interpersonal conduct, all manner of behavior within relationships, especially our most important, vital relationships, our intimate partnerships, all manner of behavior once known to be relatively rare and once thought to be outrageous have become the norm. We're no longer surprised or even stunned by the most egregious examples of poor character. And it's truly killing us, not only individually, but also destroying our communities. And that's what I'd like to talk about a little bit today as we come near an important holiday here in the United States where we celebrate our independence and our freedom traditionally. The framers of the U.S. Constitution understood one thing very clearly, and if you doubt me on this, you could read some of their writings, some of their communication with one another, especially John Adams, who noted that the entire structure of our government, designed to afford individuals maximum freedom, the very structure and framework for our Constitution was all predicated on the fact that if decent people, people with a solid internal moral compass, were left alone, were not micromanaged, were afforded maximum freedom and latitude to express themselves and to do what they felt they needed to do, to care for themselves and their families and for their neighbors. If such people were left to their own devices, they would naturally prosper and the community would prosper along with them. And there would be no need for intrusive, repressive, or overly punitive government. It all hinged, as it always has and always will, on character. You can deny it, but it's foolhardy to deny it. The evidence is everywhere. From the little things that we witness every single day to the larger scale demonstrations of where we have come societally. I'm not sure how it is in your neighborhood, but in my fair city, speed limits have become mere suggestions for individuals' considerations, conscientiousness and courtesy on the road is virtually gone. It's an every person for themselves and watch out for yourself environment like I've never seen before. And it's not just because I'm older and a little bit more wary of getting out on the streets, but it's dangerous out there. And it seems also that we've ceased to be surprised by it all. We're no longer surprised by the sense of entitlement that comes along with a narcissistic age. Embracing in the heart certain core values, the values that I outline in my book, Essentials for the Journey, embracing those in the heart so that we truly revere them. And boy, that word is powerful, reverence. I've written several articles on my blog at drgeorgesimon.com on reverence. But to revere certain standards of conduct, to embrace in the heart the values and standards that can help make us all better people is a matter of the heart. And that's what's so sorely needed in our day and age. Now, on my blog at drgeorgesimon.com, as is my custom at this time of the year, I'll be posting a link to a song that my wife and I wrote back in 1998, finished in 1999, and that got exposure after the attacks of 9/11, 2001. And its message, I hope, is clear, and that is that greatness, our greatness as a society here, has always hinged on the character of our people. Leave decent folks alone, folks who have developed the kind of conscience and reverence for time-honored values and principles, if afforded maximum freedom, have the ability to transform societies into great societies, where there's enough room and an atmosphere in which all can thrive, all can prosper, not just the few, but all. But it all hinges on conscience and character. That's what makes for strong communities, noble communities, communities that you can revere, be proud of, legitimately proud of. So I hope you'll take the time to mosey on over to the blog at drgeorgesimon.com and maybe you'll be inspired. I love, that is, I will nothing but well for my country and its people, and for all the people in all the countries, in all the world. But I know that it all hinges on what goes on in our heart with respect to the time-tested core values and principles that can help make us all decent people so that we can build and live in truly great societies. And it breaks my heart more than a little to know that we will be going through some increasingly tough times, times that I pray will result in us reclaiming what we have so sadly allowed to fall by the wayside. And I'll have more to say in upcoming editions of Character Matters about the whole notion of reverence, especially reverence for the things, the principles, the traditions, the values that can help us all be the best that we can be and restore genuine wholesomeness to all of our relationships, from our most important, intimate, personal relationships to our community relations. So once again, until next time, thanks for tuning in. I'm Dr. George Simon. Enjoy the holiday. Take care.